at a small level, at the atomic level, everything is made up of atoms. Everything physically solid stuff is made out of atoms, like we are as well. And so atoms are essentially 99.99999% space, and there's very little consensus of what's actually solid, you know, if there is anything that's actually solid within an atom. And if it is, it's so small. But most of the atoms, everything physical, everything that we see as being very solid is mostly space. And it's space that is fluctuating and moving at quite fast rates. It's more like energies and wave-like particles. Okay, space occupies 99, you know, like the most of the universe. Everything that is planet is present anywhere is made up of space. It's between things. It makes up things. Even like your body is mostly space. The most solid things we have on our planet are mostly space. You know, like atoms themselves are full of space, and then there's a lot of space between atoms, and then so everything is, just get that concept of everything is mostly space. It's just nothing is really solid. We perceive it as being solid, but nothing is really solid, and it's made up of, like, at a sort of subatomic level, it's energy that's fluctuating very fast. So everything is, there's a lot of energy and it's fluctuating very fast. So there's very little consensus about what is actually in the space itself, and how much. So there are calculations being done, but because the numbers are so big, oftentimes they're discounted. But it seems like this vacuum energy is full of energy, and is full of density, and it's a lot heavier than we imagine. You know, it seems like it's empty, but it's not. It's very dense, and it almost seems like the physical world that we see is actually floating within this vacuum, the fluid. It's like a super fluid. It's I was like watching birds the other day, and it seems like, you know, watching birds and seeing fish, they move in very similar ways. So it was like, you know, this atmosphere, this air is essentially, you know, it feels like it's empty, but it's not. It's dense, because the birds, you know, they are almost like swimming when they're flying. It's very interesting to see that pattern. So the reason I'm talking about all of this and why it's important is just to point out that space is the one thing that connects everything. Space is one thing that is present everywhere, and it's something also that is continuous. It's not you know, broken into discrete packages, like, you know, we are as beings. We are like, you know, you are there and I'm here, so we are all different and we're all separate. But the space itself is full of you know, it's everywhere, and it's full of energy, and it's full of movement.